Hello YouTube. Now before we get to our video, I got a little message for some of you out there. And here it is.
Hi, my name is Deadman, and I have to express my extreme satisfaction and pleasure of both being here as well as the current state of video games and their status. I am very happy to be here on YouTube making videos for you. I am extraordinarily happy, as you can see me expressing here. So, I think I'm going to have a celebratory drink with my friend over here. Oh, thank you. Oh, you need to cut that apple? Here you go. So, I'm so glad that you are here to listen to me, so we're going to go ahead and continue on.
Enjoy the show.
Well, after a lot of morphine and a hospital bill later, the studio Dead's back. Zeiss.
The Deadman.
Great.
Here to talk about Battlefield 3.
Yep. Battlefield 3, I do have to admit, is a huge improvement over the other Battlefield games. Because unfortunately, with Bad Company, I love the story, but I hated the fact that they took the prone out of the system. And when they brought Battlefield, this one, oh, I love you guys. Thank you for bringing back my prone. Hell, thank you for bringing back my jets, even though I've only seen them in like 2 levels multiplayer. But thank you for bringing back what I used to play. Unfortunately, you still should have upgraded some other things.
Well, yeah. The Battlefield 3, received a lot of hype. I mean, I don't know if you all know about that news report, that quote from the news that actually says Battlefield 3 is actually better than Modern Warfare 3. Interesting claim, which I seriously doubt those people actually played it. But us, Studio Dead, we have played it, and we are currently playing both, and the debate's coming.
Yep. Really coming. Now, the thing I had to admit about Battlefield 3 is that, one, they upped the graphics. I mean, they really upped the graphics. I've actually seen wallpapers created from scenes of the game itself, which speaks a lot for them. Now, I've only played the console version. I understand that the PC version is far much more beautiful. Now, along with the graphics, these guys have done what they do in every Battlefield game, and that's improve the sound. For those of us who have actually fired a weapon, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You get behind that 50 cal, man, you feel like you're shredding metal.
Oh, yeah.
Surround sound, forget about it.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Seriously.
Yeah, you really treat yourself with surround sound. Oh.
Yeah, Drake went through 3 pairs of pants just playing the first 2 levels.
Actually, after the first 2 levels, I quit pairing pants after my 3rd pair because I realized that it's just better to hold a towel. Because at least it can absorb a lot more.
Okay.
Especially when the jets came on. Especially Tomcat.
Boy.
Yeah. Anyways.
One problem with the graphics that I noticed, in the console version anyway, was that this was like the very first, at least Xbox, because that's the system I've played it on, where you have an option to devote over a gig strictly for your graphics if you install the game. I don't know about these two guys, but I kind of find that kind of worrying because this is like the very first time I've ever seen something like that for a console game.
Well, I mean, I get the fact that you guys want to deliver as much high definition as possible, but forcing us to make room on our hard drive without installing the complete game it's a little bit much, guys.
Well, it didn't actually force you. It actually gave you the option. It actually sat there and told you right when you put it in for the first time, okay, if you want better looking graphics, install it, but otherwise if you don't install it, you won't get the best quality out of it.
But at the same time, who's going to say no?
Yeah, because I mean, I can understand it considering the fact that, you know what, PlayStation has one thing over Xbox where they have the Blu-ray so they don't have to worry about compressing.
Yeah.
But since Xbox has to compress, that's what I thoroughly liked about it, is the fact that they sat there, you know what, it may be compressed, but here, let's do something else so we can get that graphics up to where it needs to be.
Story.
Got to get to the story, of course, but I'm sorry, Battlefield. I'm sorry, EA. This is where you guys failed. The story itself, I'm sorry. I know a lot of you guys are defending it, love it, but this is, as far as I'm concerned, black. just a remake in high definition with some modern weapons. For those of you that haven't played Black, it's an original Xbox game. It's on the Xbox market. Check it out.
1,200 Microsoft points.
And all awesomeness and hard as fuck.
Get your
Really
copy
hard.
today.
Really. But, I mean, I was really expecting more from you guys as far as that goes. I mean, even Medal of Honor had a little bit of authenticity to it, you know, a little bit of originality to it. I was playing this and all I kept thinking was Black. This is Black redone.
Black with just a hint of Black Ops, Call of Duty.
Yeah, really.
But I never, but like me, I always forgive it because the Battlefield series was really, for me, multiplayer. You know, I mean, it's like, you know, like because like when people mention like we deal with the story of earlier Battlefields, I'm like, there's a story.
Yeah,
You know, I play for multiplayer when it comes to Battlefield. You know, so that's why I can't forgive it. But Deadman's right. You know, the story was kind of like a pretty much a cut and paste.
yeah, because I mean the stories, to be honest, from what I've played in the past, they're more of a recent thing. Because I mean, the first couple of Battlefields, they were just a massively online war game. Is pretty much what it was. And they didn't really start bringing much of a story into it until they started with Battlefield 2 Modern Combat, I think it was, the first Xbox release. And even then, it wasn't much of a story, but it had a bit of a story to it.
Yeah, the only elements I felt that had a real story was actually Bad Company. You know, Bad Company. Bad Company is when I felt that Battlefield was actually doing some real storytelling. But as far as the main Battlefield games go,
I'm sorry, man. You guys are lacking. Now, one of the things I have to cover is the tactile controls. You know, being able to aim, shoot, so on and so forth. You guys still haven't fixed the fucking sniper system. God damn it, Battlefield. Really, which are you gonna give? Are you gonna give me the Call of Duty fake as shit, or are you gonna give me fucking what is it? Metal Storm, completely 100% accurate with bullets spin and drop. Don't give me a midpoint here. You know what I'm saying? You fucking choose one side or the other. Because I'm sorry, and you know what the worst part is? Here's the worst part. He's a Battlefield fanboy, but we agree on this. A 50 caliber round at less than 1,300 yards will destroy a human being.
Nobody should be able to live through a 50 caliber shot, no matter where the fuck they get hit. Their leg, their arm, you know what? It's gonna be gone.
and if they do, send them to us, or we'll go to them because I want to shake his hand. That is, if it's still there.
Yeah, or anything that he can.
Seriously. I know, we know people in the military. We know what these rounds do. A 50 caliber round decimates a human being.
Yeah.
These things are anti-tank, anti-armored personnel rounds. And if I shoot somebody in the freaking chest from 100 yards away, there should be no chest left. The motherfucker shouldn't get hit and be like, what the fuck was that all about? Did you see that shit? Something hit me.
This is the home front.
50 that fell left.
Fuck me, man.
Right? Remember, this is the home front. This is Battlefield.
Really.
Your product is superior. You know,
Supposed to be.
Let's show it.
So now we get on to the meat of the subject, which is
The sound.
the sound
Sound
itself
sound.
is Battlefield. You get the Medal of Honor for this one because you guys have, as far as I'm concerned, one of the best sounds and the best sound systems ever. The music, the recordings of the weapons themselves, the shells falling, the thunderous earthquakes, so on and fucking so on. You guys win this one. I mean, I'm gonna put that one hands down.
Yeah, that's the one I have to give it to. I mean, Jesus Christ. Just like I said, the jets and the way they sound and everything like that, I just loved it. Being on that fucking aircraft carrier, just sitting on the top, just listening to that fucking Tomcat just taking off, and then just sitting there, just, yeah, my turn.
Oh yes, it's true. I mean, Battlefield 3 sound. Oh my goodness, you know, I don't have to play the game. You know, I mean, if the game could just play itself, I could just sit back in my couch and just listen to the sound all day.
Yeah, it just sounds better than the movie.
Yeah.
But anyways, what you all are asking about, because this is the point where Modern Warfare 3 comes into question, is the multiplayer.
Yeah, so the multiplayer, I do have to give it that. For one thing, I personally thoroughly enjoy the multiplayer. They did fix part of the sniping mechanics when it comes to the aiming and the shot of the bullets. Because before, it was like a little bit too random. You can be sitting there, you can be scoped in, you can be down on the ground, you can be fucking everything, holding your breath, but the round will still have too much of a diversion sometimes. And I do understand that even in the realistic world, the bullets will have a basically different path when it comes to when the wind is blowing. But when you're playing a game, I know that much realism is a little bit too much. So, I mean, considering the fact that they paused it at the drop only, so you don't have to worry about the duration.
The drift and so on and so forth.
The other thing I liked is in the sniper mechanics, they actually fixed it to where you can actually see the bullet drop after so much of a distance, so you can actually see a little mark of where it's going, so you know, okay, it's right there, let me fix it up.
Now, the one thing, I mean, it's great. It's great. The expanding map systems that you guys have had in place for a while got a lot better. But
your main problem, why didn't you increase the amount of players that you can be on the field? I mean, my favorite thing was the fact that these are big, massive maps. But, I mean, I think they're too big. Especially, I know a console can only do so much. But even then, I mean, Call of Duty's got, what, 16 on 16, I think it is?
Yeah, for one of the modes.
16 on 16, I mean, we could have gotten that high, but last time I checked, I think it was like a, what, 12 on 12?
12 on 12.
Yeah, it's true. When it comes to multiplayer, the consoles got the shaft in that one.
Really?
Because honestly, you want the true Battlefield experience, you play on PC. I got the PC version, and if you can work through Origins, then we recommend getting the PC version, because the PC version, that's where you get like all huge teams versus huge teams on a huge map, which is appropriate. The console version, they need to fix that, or if they can, get more people into those huge maps, because you can run around like minutes on end and you won't run into anybody. I
mean, trust us, we love the size of the maps. We love the modes that you guys have introduced with this new game.
Love the jets.
Love the jets.
Sorry, I'm not going to drop that.
But there is one other problem I have with multiplayer, and it's the fact that a 9mm MP5 doesn't do the same damage as a 5.56 SCAR, M4, M4A1, M16. It doesn't do the same damage. A 9mm as a 7.62 AK-47. It doesn't. It fucking doesn't. But according to you guys, yeah, it does. Doesn't matter the caliber of bullets, it matters how many times you hit them. Bull fucking shit. If I'm carrying a big goddamn rifle, there should be less rounds in this rifle to take down that guy than having to use the same amount of rounds in this gigantic rifle as this tiny MP5 submachine gun.
Yeah, because I've noticed that as well. I mean, the only big difference that you'll see when it comes to those is when you're using a fucking submachine gun versus a assault rifle. And sometimes I've noticed that the assault rifle wins, even though you're shooting at each other. But last time I checked, submachine guns got a bit bigger rounds.
And I know probably around this video, a lot of you probably think we're nitpicking. But when you know the experience, you know what guns, properly does, you can't help but nitpick and notice this. You build this as a realistic, tactical, military shooter. And as such, people who know their guns should be able to pick up this game, and play it and know the gun's proper. So, I know you're trying to, go head on with Modern Warfare 3, but, know your shit as well,
Yeah,
really.
Stick to what you can.
So, that's our review for Battlefield 3. If you have any questions, comments, disagreements, please comment. Rate, subscribe. It's right below.
Something.
I mean, it's a little box. You can't miss it.
Yeah, it just says comment and it's a little white blank. And you just
So,
send in your questions. We might do a Q&A video one day.
yeah, we are.
Yeah.
So, coming soon. Modern Warfare 3 versus Battlefield 3. But before we get to that, we have to review Modern Warfare 3, which is going to be our next video.
Yeah.
So, also, stay tuned for another episode of the Video Game Priest.
Yeah.
So, signing off for now, the Deadman.
Drake.
Nice.
See you next time, YouTube. Stay tuned.